Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Mornings with the Focus. Wilson Tarpe Jr. We'll see if we end up any guests this morning. Obviously, if you guys first time tuning in, just a simple conversation, a daily conversation for the most part. We've been doing this, we've been starting things off, talking about the NBA playoffs each and every morning, um, which means this morning we'll clearly be talking about the Eastern Conference Finals last night, which, had the internet buzzing quite a bit. It was definitely a good game. Before we get into that, with it being Memorial Day, quick word from my folks over at Who's and Oz. Excuse me. Join us for our Memorial Day brunch featuring bottomless mimosas and brunch favorites. You don't want to miss this. Come celebrate with us. View the full menu at oozandoz.com. Again, get to oozandoz.com to view the full menu and get over there for Memorial Day brunch. All right, folks. Last night's game, right? Get this up on screen. Real simple, clearly from this picture. I feel like you guys got an idea of what happened in case you missed it. However, we're gonna go through it anyways. Game 7, two of the best words in sports, in all of sports. Rather, last night the Celtics held off the Miami Heat late, 196, to secure the Eastern Conference Finals win and advance to the NBA playoffs. What's going on, Sid? Definitely want to hear your thoughts on this as we go through it. Appreciate you tuning in this morning, man. Hope you have a good Memorial Day as well. Find some time to relax if you can. Boston led by as many as 11 points with 3 minutes left. Miami used a 9-0 run to make things extremely dicey for the Celtics. After getting a stop, Miami's trailing 98-96. Jimmy Butler pulled up for a transition three. Looked like he had Al Horford retreating. Look, clearly Jimmy was going for the kill. All right. Mans was playing every minute of the game, pretty much on one leg. I respect the fact he was going for the kill. There's also part of me that was like, hey, you could probably, attack Al, and Al's a hell of a defender, attack Al and probably get a foul since, it's something that you excel at. However, it's one of those things where of all the things in the game, I'm not about to bash Jimmy for that decision in that moment. I hated it and loved it at the same time because I get it. Man's on one leg. You don't have it. You clearly don't have the legs for OT or anything like that. You were trying to end that or get as close to ending that thing as possible. So I can respect you going for the kill. That said, that shot wasn't true, and Boston was able to get the rebound. Foul game was played. Keep in mind, Butler was a large part, if not the reason, the Heat were in this game after their slow start. They were trailing by as many as 17 points at one point in the first half. The Celtics trio of Tatum, Brown, and Smart scored 26 and 24 points respectively in the win. Miami was led by Butler's 35. Bam added a double-double with 25 points and 11 rebounds. They also got 15 points from Kyle Lowry. Miami really struggled shooting the ball from deep yet again. They also left points on the foul line. So that's why I said I hated and loved this shot by Jimmy. I had more of an issue with the fact that in a game 7, you missed 8 free throws. All right. You lost by 4. You missed 8 free throws. And you were getting to the line. You missed 8 free throws. It was a hard-fought series. It was really enjoyable to watch. Up next in the finals, we got Warriors and Celtics. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But just want to get you guys' thoughts on this series, how you guys thought it ended, etc. But Sid with the Beantown love. Your else Jimmy Butler would think about that shot forever. I mean, he probably will, but again, like I said, I was of the mind where I both hate it and love it. Miami needed backcourt. They were just banged up. I think that's the other thing. And we're going to get into another topic talking about, because some people, man, we are in a time where some all-time takes are being made just about a good playoff. It's been a fun playoffs and people are making some wild behind takes and some of these narratives being driven and written right now are they're special. Going hard to free agency. I mean, they got some decisions to make too, man. The money that they're paying Kyle Lowry next couple years. What's it called? with Jimmy and Bam and Tyler Hero. There's talks, with the type of season he was having, the type of money they're going to extend him. Like it's going to be interesting. This offseason is going to be extremely interesting because of the team. You got the teams that made it this far, that were part of the Final Four, or teams that were felt like they were a couple like an injury derailed them from their postseason run or what have you. So it should be interesting, man, honestly. But they're just one of many teams. What's good, Kirksey? Appreciate you as always. Tatum versus Wiggins will be great. Yeah, I mean, look, it's going to be a good series for sure. Jimmy Butler's the truth. Hey, Jimmy is a bad man. That is true. I don't retract my statements from the other day, but Jimmy is a bad man. You said you slandered him before, but he's proving you wrong. Hey, look, man, he's a bad man. What's going on, that great at matchable? It should be. And just keep in mind, like especially with the team to be playing, man, it's a whole bunch of cross matches and all this other type of stuff that's going to be going on. It should be a good finals, man. It's been a great postseason to watch. As far as how competitive series have been for the most part, but still, it should be good. Appreciate you, Kirsty. Like he said, like, comment, and subscribe for sure. If you guys are cool, we could talk about the finals, man. I'm here for you guys. So if that's where y'all want to go with it, we can. I have no issue with that at all. Yeah, so like some of the narratives, like at least that have been getting on my nerves already. I mean, it hasn't even been like it's been like 8 hours, maybe 12 or something, right? Seeing a ton of stuff about how Boston's success over Golden State the past couple of years will help them fare well in the series. All right. And that's cool too, right? Like, even if that was a thing, that's cool. But like, let's keep in mind real quick, the past couple of years, Golden State been fully powered the past couple of years. Cool. So how much can you really take from those matchups? All right, great. Was that version of Boston this version of Boston? Also, things that, let's strike that off the list real quick. We got another popular one. Golden State hasn't played anybody in this postseason, while the Celtics have had arguably one of the toughest roads to the finals ever. All right, look. And that's how you know Golden State's back when this type of crap comes back up. If you can look at who Golden State's faced and been like, oh, Memphis was missing Ja, or Denver was missing Jamal Murray and MPJ, and Dallas was missing like, Tim Hardaway Jr. and other auxiliary pieces like that. And that's cool. But you can't look at Boston's side and then omit those very same things, right? So I'm not going to knock either team for the run they've made. They got here, and that's what's important. They're each respectively representing their conferences, right? And they both earned the right to be here. That's it for me. I don't really have time for all the other narrative-driven stuff at the moment. But if you're gonna say Golden State faced the easier road to a degree because people were out, the Nets weren't full strength. Milwaukee wasn't full strength. Miami was the Walking Dead. Like, just give credit to Boston, give credit to Golden State for handling their business in their respective conferences on the way here, in their respective brackets on the way here to get to the finals. That's it. There's literally nothing else that need to be said. There's no reason to sensationalize anything. I saw some folks saying this Boston run is comparable to Dirk's run in 2011. Like, people are losing their minds, man. Like, credit Boston for taking the next step. That's it. Credit Golden State for getting back to this place. That's it. That's it. You have Boston going in back-to-back. What is that, back-to-back series with game sevens? Like, let's just take a deep breath and not hit this is the greatest thing ever button. Like, people hit that button way too much these days. Like I said, I'm looking forward to a good series. The battle on the glass is going to be huge in this one too, right? We've seen Boston in this series, especially last night. They held a little edge last night and it played a big role. Turnovers are going to be huge. We already know, man, Golden State, remarkably, like, one of their gifts is that they find a way to sometimes they find a way to be careless with the ball in the most important moments at times, right? We've seen this happen. And we've seen this with Boston too. Like, Boston throughout this run this year, they've had moments where they struggled a bit taking care of the ball. And that's been for everybody. You know, the big three that we mentioned, those three that we mentioned coming up huge last night have had issues with that. Some of the shot selection catches up to them at times. There's been times during this postseason run where, you know, their horses haven't exactly had consecutive great games, things of that nature, man. So you just gotta, like, it should be a good series. Also, who's gonna be more disciplined? Like, keep in mind, Boston, they're so uber talented, but at the same time, you got to remember, like, their best players are also so very young. Um, I said earlier, they were up 11 with 3 minutes left. You shouldn't even been in that situation late last night. The situation where, you know, Miami has the ball down two with the chance to take the lead, you know, with 17 seconds left. Like, you're up 11. And during that 3 minute stretch, man, some really bad offense from Boston. Um, and that's the thing. Like, can you get away with some of the things been able to get away with? Can they get away with it in the finals against Golden State? And for Golden State, some of, you know, it goes both ways. Some of the things they've struggled with or had issues with when they have their lulls, or I got one propensity to foul at time. Can you get away with that against a team like Boston, where they're you had to deal with Luka, who wanted to get 2 feet in the paint, get downhill, get to where he want to go, what have you. Now you're gonna have Jaylen Brown, who, boy, he's hell to deal with coming downhill. You know, you got to deal with Tatum, and then as a collective whole, like, you know, Boston's deep, so it's gonna be interesting for sure. Who would you rather see? Warriors, Boston, or Miami? um, I think Boston probably a bit better series for Golden State. Just because, like with Miami, like they're even more wounded than, like, you know, the last two teams standing. So, like, say Miami would have won last night, right? Like, Jimmy's clearly on one leg, Kyle ain't right, Tyler he was just out there. Give him credit for trying to go. Yeah, I feel like probably Boston matches up better with them rather. But, you know, regardless, you had in the Eastern Conference Finals, you had two very good coaches for two very good teams. Would have headed into this either way. So you got Ime, you got Steve here. I'm cool with what it ended up being. Like, I'm pretty sure. I think, you know, I thought Boston was coming out anyways. I didn't think it was going to take 7, but, you know, just what it is. They got the job done. That's what matters. JB got a ball out the series. Yeah, I mean, I think with Boston, everybody does. Like, I think that's the biggest difference, right? So, like, if you go back to it, like, because of some of the folks they played and they were whole, like, they were able to load up on folks defensively a little bit more. And I don't think you can here, right? Like, Golden State's offense isn't like anybody you played in the sense where, hey, there's the guy, and let's slow down the guy. Everybody else, you know, y'all should be able to take care of everybody else. Nah, man, it's a machine. Like, there's no simulating Golden State until you, like, play them. There's nothing like them. Like, you can be like, oh yeah, so and so is kind of like that, but you're not Stephen Clay. It doesn't matter. You know, you don't have Draymond. It doesn't matter. And Draymond's a big part of that offensively because of, like, the mind meld him and the two shooters and Stephen Clay have with where to go, the moving off ball, and all that. That's different type of stresses they put on people. And for the most part, you've been able to play a couple of series where, like, folks don't threaten you with the 3 ball for real. This is a little different. Any miscommunications out on the perimeter, you are leaving dudes who's on their bad days shoot 38 from 3. You know, so I think it's gonna be a different type of challenge for Boston's defense. That's it for Golden State. Like, you got 2 guys in this series in terms of what's it called? Tatum and Brown, they can get downhill, right? It's not just Luka, and physically they're all different too, right? So that's going to be interesting to see. You said, can White slow down Poole? I don't know, man. And I think that's another part of it too, right? Like, no disrespect to Miami. Some of the dudes on Golden State a little bit more dynamic with the ball in the air, like thinking about Steph and Poole, and to a degree even Wiggs at times, like, get to where he needs to go. So I mean, I don't know. Like, I just think it's a different type of stress they're going to put on them, right? So it'll be interesting, but at the same time, like Boston's gonna put stress on them as well. You know, like Al, like Loon's been huge for them quietly. Like Loon's gonna have to deal with Al, right? And you know they kind of play similar roles for their team, but Loon's not stepping out and hitting threes or anything like that, or putting the ball on the floor. You know they each do it, you know, in different ways, but they play a really important role for their respective teams. It should be fun, man. Honestly, it should just be fun. It should truly be fun. That said, like, you know, if I had to choose, I probably got I'm not gonna put a number on it, but yeah, I probably have the Warriors. I'm not gonna put a number on it, but I also wouldn't like me taking the Warriors. Obviously, doesn't mean that I don't think Boston can win. I just think some of the things like Boston's got away with thus far, I don't know if you get away with it against them. Like, I just don't think you can. Like some of the moments where you leave guys open again, like those are different type of dudes to be leaving open. Like, you know, I don't think you could accidentally lose Clay or Steph or Jordan or things of that nature, right? So I mean, it'll be interesting. Um, yeah, like that matchup, and I know a bunch of people aren't going to talk about it because it's not a sexy matchup. It's going to be huge, man. How like Golden State deals with Boston's front court for real. Like really deal with it. However, you know, Golden State's front court seen some things, man. You seen Joker already. Memphis has a Memphis front court is real. So I mean, you know, and then Boston's front court is going to be real too. You know, with Al and Lob Williams, it's going to be tough. You know, you still got Grant Williams out here. You're going to see what it is that he does out here against. You know, he's proven to be up to the task defensively for sure. But again, different type of stress, man. Different type of stress. All that off-ball movement, everything's different type of stress. So we shall see. Boston having a crazy bad offensive night to be downfall. Like I guess that like Kersey, that's why I'm kind of like worried about it. Because again, I'm not gonna knock them for getting here. But to look at them and act like everything's been fine on their way here, like, you know, we try to be honest here, man. That's all. And on the way here, there's been some things, some areas of concern. And you can say that for Golden State as well. There's been some areas of concern for them as well. Like we've seen them at times, like multiple times when it's time to close things out, like struggle bus, and then they'll do it the following game. Or what's it called? Golden State with those super slow starts, things you can't afford in the finals, right? And they've had those most of the playoffs, and we've seen Boston on conversely get off to great starts. So you got some push and pull here. Again, should be very interesting. Should be very interesting, and definitely looking forward to it. I know what's called game one of the finals is on Thursday, so you know definitely be looking forward to this and talking to you guys each and every morning afterwards, for sure. Question marks in all their series wins. So on Boston. Yeah, like, and I guess that's what I was speaking to earlier. Like, I'm not questioning or knocking them for getting here, but I don't see how you can do one side without doing the other, with the narrative being pushed to go to state and play anybody, yada yada yada, whatever, because people were missing, and then we're about to pretend that the Nets were fully healthy. Nah, man, missing Ben Simmons and Joe Harris kind of is a big deal for them. All right, let's not do that. That matters. Giannis missing freaking Middleton, right? It kind of matters. Like, you're already a good defense. When you kind of take things off the board for things you have to worry about that help you do what you do, it matters. Like, it's not knocking them. It's just telling the honest to God truth. On the other side of Golden State, like, Joker's hell to deal with. It would have been like, not to say that Golden State, when it got out that first round, might have been stressed and pushed a bit more if he had Murray and MPJ, right? Might not have been enough to take them down, but obviously it's a fairer fight. It gives them a better chance, correct? Same thing with Memphis, like Ja in and out, right? Cool, but at the same time, conversely, because of whatever foul, like Golden State didn't have GP2. They don't have Wiseman. Like, teams don't have stuff. So that narrative there where you can't cherry pick one side of it and ignore the other side. That's always simply here to stay, for sure. Kersey, I see you. kind of just talking through that as well. Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Both teams earned their way to get here. So I personally just don't have time for that narrative crap of one person had it easier and oh my god, they had to go through this. Look, man, let's not do that. Like, and the worst part is people know, but like to just do it is crazy, man. Like it's crazy. Even like the way like not everyone, but some people are kind of trying to pull Tatum away from the Celtics and make it him and then the Celtics. Like, right, that's a whole collective over there. Like he might be the most talented player on their roster. However, Jalen ain't that far behind. And multiple games throughout this run collectively got that done. Like there's just as many if people want to separate the huge Tatum games, Lord, there's just as many, if not equal, Jalen Brown games. Like Jalen Brown has had just as many moments along this ride. Shit, Marcus Smart has had some of those moments through this ride. So that's all, man. You said no Iggy Wiseman or GP2 for sure, and then some reports out there will see they might get Iggy and GP2 back. Iggy, GP2, and Otto possibly back, but I mean, we'll see. Yeah, and that's one of the things, I know Cardell says it all the time, like, it's the two of them. And people kind of try to make it like it's one and then the other. Like, it's the two of them. And truth be told, at times, like, they need each other bad. Because when one of them's struggling, the other one's usually there to pick them up. And I guess that's the thing where I'm kind of like, I think they're like I think like maybe however this works out this year will help them kind of take that next step to be where like they can both get off at the same time, like consistently. Because it really hasn't honestly happened that much this postseason. Yeah, bruh. I don't know how many times in this series right here when Boston got the trip and JB just went off these personal little runs getting downhill and making crazy tough shots. But again, I know people gotta separate, sensationalize, do fun things, man. Gotta get these clicks and whatnot off. But look, man, it's a partnership and it's been a fruitful one. And shout out to Boston for keeping them together because people were talking crazy. Yeah. Hey, look, Kirksey, you preaching. So I mean that's what's important here, man. Those two are incredibly important. And if Boston knows what's best for them, you don't break them up. Unless like it's something where you can't do anything about it, but you don't break them up. Like they need to just ride this out together. You got something special, especially age-wise together. Let them grow old together, man. That's a hell of a duo. And we've seen that, like you were talking about, Kirksey, that push-pull from those guys having each other's back at times during series. And I guess, we'll see how this goes in this next series. It's going to be fun, for sure. It is definitely going to be fun. Looking forward to it. And what's it called? The first one's on Thursday, so I look forward to seeing what you guys think Friday morning about this one. Well, about game one. So it should be tough, man. Should be tough. I guess final thoughts. What is it you guys think? What is it? Okay. What did you guys think Miami needs to add before we get out of here? I see a lot of stuff people talk about what they're missing, whatnot. Say Modem like playing Steph, let them grow together. Yeah. Look, man, those two need to be permanent fixtures. Well, those two and the other one I wouldn't get rid of. I'm not getting rid of what's it called? Rob Williams either. Like you keep those guys, you can just rotate stuff around them. Like even the next the Neesmith, the Pritchards, things like that. Like I like that part of their team as well, man. Boston's doing, they've done it the right way. They head in the right direction. Look at where it has them right now. Should be a good finals, and we'll see if they could get one this year. That's crazy. That's huge. Even if they were to fall short this year, doesn't take anything away. That just means, look, man, you was one step away. Go back, tweak some things, and take another step forward. That's all that meant. That's all that means. Yeah, I did see that knockout. Yes, I did. It looked like some more fight night. Man got up and the whole leg was shaking and did not look like he was stepping on solid ground at all. Yeah, they just got to figure stuff out. And again, first of all, they just need to get healthy because we don't even know what this group could have done fully healthy. Um, yes, he was. Yes, he was. Uh, yeah, look, man, they got some things they gotta identify with. But again, kudos to Boston for getting here. Kudos to Golden State for getting here, and we should have some fun, man. And just like I said, I know I do my part in kind of ignoring some of these all time narratives that are made within 5 minutes, narratives and declarations that are made within 5 minutes after games. Like, look, it should be good finals. Neither of these guys had one of the greatest finals runs. I mean, postseason runs ever. What it has been is really good. It's been a great postseason to watch as a whole. Yes. But nah, no team in this postseason made one of the greatest runs ever. Yeah, I don't know how. I didn't understand that one because I mean it sounded good. I don't know if you would have got his legs to listen. 'Cause they were going through it quite a bit, man. At all. Had no idea at all. Look, y'all enjoy the rest of your day. For those of you that are off work, for those of you that are at work, appreciate you guys tuning in and enjoy the rest of your day once you clock out. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. About the same time or whatnot. Talk a little bit more finals, see what Jessica got going on. I'm sure there's some NFL news or something we can get to. Or as always, if there's something you guys want to talk about, just let us know. But y'all have a great day, man. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.